put us in that green room there where you're just waiting for your name to get called. What's that feeling like when you're just waiting?
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling, especially for me, because my thing was a little different. I had no idea where I was going, so it was kind of weird. My agent kind of knows all the teams, so the teams would call ahead and say if they were going to draft me or not. So his team would buy and team would buy. It was kind of crazy, but my whole thing all along was just getting drafted to the right team, and I feel like that happened for me. And out here in Denver, I'm loving it. I'm loving my teammates and everything about it, so I feel like this is a perfect situation for me.
What's motivation, I would think, for you, Michael?
Yeah, no doubt. Most people didn't expect me to go 14th, but that's all right. I mean, if you get drafted number one, all you can do is prove people right. You know what I mean? Like you got to perform, but being drafted at 14th, I get to prove everybody wrong. So that'll be really fun, and I can't wait to do that.
Were you ready to go into the NBA right out of high school?
No doubt. That was before, my back took a turn for the worse. It had already been bothering me a little bit, but then it had gotten a lot worse in college. But I think that jump for me from high school to the NBA would have been pretty smooth coming out of high school.
What did teams ask you? Why were teams scared off?
Honestly, the teams at the very top of the draft before draft had told me, if I'm there, they're taking me. And then I had that little hip strain, and I think just on top of the back stuff, the history of my back, that kind of scared teams a little bit. And then once one team gets scared, they all talk, so then they all kind of get scared. And I understand it because the teams at the very top of the draft just want to make the safe choice, and there was a lot of great players in the draft. So, I don't hold any grudges or anything.
Where did you think you were going? I know you're happy in Denver, but if I would have talked to you prior to the draft and I'm there with your family, you would have said, this is the best guess of where I'm going. This team showed the most interest.
Before I got hurt, I would say Sacramento at 2. We had talked a lot. They love me. They got a great feel for me and kind of told me that I was their guy. But after that hip injury, I literally had no idea. I thought maybe Cleveland at 8, Chicago at 7. I had no idea. I had heard Dallas maybe at 5. I knew LA wasn't taking me. There was a bunch of teams. So it was kind of scary.
Well, the hip thing, though, if that doesn't happen, Michael, do you think that, because that was your second day of workouts and you weren't able to work out because you had a hip injury, and do you get that feeling that if that didn't happen, if you had been able to work out, then things would have been different?
Oh, yeah. I probably would have. Yeah. No doubt. Like I said, I would have been top 5, no doubt. There was, teams were trying to trade into the top 5 to draft me before that happened. And so it was unfortunate, but at the same time, I've been working out for a month straight, and so the timing was so bad that happened that it almost makes me feel like
I know
it was a blessing from God, because he didn't want me to go to one of those teams at the front of the draft, because maybe it wasn't the right situation for me, and I'm going to thrive better in this situation. We'll see, but that's just the way I choose to look at it, because I don't like to dwell on the negatives,
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.